Biden beer ban. That's right. I know you thought it can't be possible. But thank God, what's his ass? Cooter McHenry. What's this fucking guy's name? I always forget it. Pat? Is that his name? Who's wearing a lot of lipstick. I mean, and now I'm starting to understand which filter they use on him on the show. But this is America heading to Prohibition? Yeah, that's right. Yep, Biden's whatever. I think the pandemic would have taught us that somebody else was in. The Jody guys knew I had to look him up. Deficit no matter proof Bush. There's a lot of money in the SS reserve, but TQE borrowing is shrinking. Yeah, it's a sales pitch. All right. Are they drinking Bud Light? That's the irony. You guys are the ones that fucked that up. That's not us. Okay, so but this is Biden's move to ban beer. Who's this fucking guy? Why is this? Okay. Is America heading into Prohibition? Biden's alcohol czar is laying out a new government guideline that will warn Americans not to drink more than 2 beers per week. Oh, that sounds like communism. So they're going to force you to, this is another episode of These Assholes Don't Know the Difference Between a Suggestion and an Order.
Yesterday, we told you the Biden administration was coming for your ceiling fans.
Yeah.
You did? And I missed it. Did they come in? It's still there. Are they scheduling when they're going to come in, or does anybody know why is the Biden administration coming for my ceiling fan? I didn't realize I was supposed to be horrified. But at least it's getting serious. First, your gas stove, which turned out to be nothing. Now your ceiling fan. After this, it's getting worse.
Oh.
And now they want to talk about how much beer Americans are drinking.
Wait a second. Hang out there. If they take away the beer, who will we boycott?
Oh.
Americans could soon be advised to limit themselves to just 2 drinks a week.
2 drinks a week. That's what the paper says. Right in front of them. We'll be told to just have 2 drinks a week. This would be water, obviously.
Sorry.
President Biden's alcohol czar. I didn't know we had an alcohol czar.
That's a problem.
Huh.
I'm sick of czars.
I'm a sick of czars. I'm drunk right now.
Do we need this?
I mean, honestly, we gotta have a czar. What are you getting? Who the fuck is this guy?
Intrusion in our lives.
An alcohol.
Oh my God, they're intruding in our lives, making these suggestions. This reminds me of when Michelle Obama tried to get me to like broccoli, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I live alone. I don't have to.
Alcohol. Stop it.
It's his hype man? This is his hype man? I think he could do better. I mean, does he just drive around and pick somebody up? Does this guy know what's going to happen to him after he's done hyping? Run for your life.
Wow.
Oh.
Dr. George Koob told the Daily Mail that
the Daily Mail, I see.
The USDA could revise its alcohol recommendations to match.
Oh, it could revise its alcohol recommendations. It could.
Canada's guidelines. I like it when we follow Canada's lead because they're the ones who know.
Well, they got a head start on beer, eh? Because they know how to drink it professionally, eh? So beauty,
right? I mean, that's the country that you say, "Yep, want to."
On a few things, sure, they're lovely people.
Be like them.
Yeah, I think that's what Ronald Reagan was referring to in his City on a Hill speech.
Yeah,
he's like, I got to be more like Canada, City on a Hill.
Because
I don't know what he's talking about either. It was a reach. I don't think he knows. He fell asleep after that. I think he just lost. Maybe it's just a lack of oxygen to the brain or something.
Being up north of us, it's kind of like being on a hill.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's what he was referring to.
I get it now.
Yeah. In January, the Great White North began urging residents to limit their alcohol consumption to just 2 drinks per week. Since the 1990s, the U.S. has recommended women limit themselves to 1 drink per day, and men 2 drinks per day. So there you go.
Okay.
Since when?
Per day.
Hold on.
1 drink per day.
Hold on, back up.
Women. Since the 1990s, the U.S.
Since the 1990s. Okay, I don't know. Bush one or Clinton.
has recommended women limit themselves to.
And was this a drive-by recommendation? Is the kind of recommendation they make you? It's a recommendation you can't refuse.
1 drink per day, and men 2 drinks per day. So there you go.
Okay. So
now it's just going to be 2 per week, apparently. If Canada says so, then.
Can you imagine living in this level of like low-res, pathetic panic all the fucking time? Where like a suggestion sets you off about health particularly. Are you that afraid? Do you get up off the bed in the morning and you're like, dear God, what was that? I just felt a pinch in somewhere and it's not good. Something's killing me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my diet or it's I don't know what the fuck. I can't do it. And then somebody goes, maybe you should stop drinking. Get off my fucking back. I'm fine. I'll walk it off.
Then we'll do it too, I guess.
Okay. I mean, make your decisions on Canada. It's always a good plan.
Yeah. Can you think of a better one?
Drink all day.
I really can't.
Yeah, you got me stumped there.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm. So Peter Ducey asked KJP about this 2 beers a week White House recommendation thing.
This 2 beers a week White House recommendation, which is not for the record, a White House recommendation. It is allegedly someone telling the Daily Mail that they might make the same recommendation possibly in the future. I don't even know if this person has the ability to do such a thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Does President Biden want to limit Americans to 2 beers a week?
Where is this coming from? Maybe I didn't miss you so much. Where is this coming from?
All right, well, Dr. George Koob, who is the director of the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, says the U.S. may soon follow Canada and recommend just 2 beers a week. How do you guys think that's going to go?
Let me tell you what I'm not going to get involved in. In that question right there. I have no idea. I've not seen the data. I cannot speak to this.
Wow.
I will leave it to the experts.
Is there anything you can speak to?
So if the experts say 2 beers a week, that's okay with President Biden?
I will leave it to the experts. I'm just not going to comment on that.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Good, because why should you? You're just the White House spokesperson. Your job is to comment.
Hold on. So let me give me 1 second. This is fucking stupid, but here we go. Let's see. I'll just look this up. 2. So. Let's see. Okay, so this is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find yeah, okay, here we go. So this is the article that they're talking about. Just so you know. This is Biden's alcohol czar. Let me shrink this down, sorry. Dink. Okay. Biden's alcohol czar warns Americans could soon be told to limit themselves to just 2 beers per week under strict new booze guidelines. Okay. Again, strict means like they're in order. You can't have like a strict suggestion or a strict recommendation is simply a clear recommendation. You know what I mean? If they say, yeah, we recommend 3, we recommend 2, we recommend 5, every day you should have 4, fill in whatever these things are that you're imagining, you dirty, dirty bird. And that's just a clear recommendation. It's not strict unless they enforce it. There's no enforcement in this. Americans could be urged by officials to drink no more than 2 beers a week as part of strict new alcohol guidelines. Biden's health czar told DailyMail.com the USA could revise its alcohol advice to match Canada's. Koob, who admits enjoying a couple of glasses of Chardonnay a week, said he was watching Canada's big experiment with interest. If there's health benefits, I think people will start to reevaluate where we're at in the U.S. Current U.S. recommendations have this. This is him, I guess, in the interview that they're talking about, who directs the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, said the U.S. could lower its recommendation to match those in Canada. Per the U.S. guidelines, a drink is defined as containing 0.6 fluid ounces of alcohol, equivalent to 1 beer, 1 glass of wine at 12% alcohol, or 1 shot. Asked what direction the guys who changed it. He goes, I mean, they're not going to go up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2 shots a day for men. So if alcohol consumption guidelines go in any direction, it would be toward Canada. All right, so they're not the same as Canada. They would go in the direction if the health benefits show up. And again, this is just a suggestion, so I don't even know how this fucking plays out in Canada. A major study this June warned that drinking any amount of alcohol raised the risk of someone suffering 60 diseases, including 33 that had never been linked to booze before. And God forbid the government should recommend that you not consume something that raises your risk of 60 diseases, including 33 that nobody had ever seen before. This is another Daily Mail article, it would seem, warning that drinking any amount of alcohol may raise the risk of 60 diseases, including 33 that liver cirrhosis, strokes, cancer are known risks of drinking alcohol, but researchers now say it can raise the chances of gout, cataracts, and fractures. Drinking alcohol can increase your risk of developing 60 diseases. Let's see. But Oxford researchers who analyzed data from 500,000 men living in China have now found it can raise the risk of gout and cataracts. Other disorders never before linked include fractures, lung cancer, and circulatory diseases. Some of the links were apparent for low amounts of alcohol, even intake below NHS guidelines. Experts said that findings show that drinking alcohol is linked, I guess, is what they meant, to a much wider range of diseases than previously thought. Good solid writing, Daily Mail. You invented the language. Fucking use it. Meanwhile, this is get out of here. No, Biden doesn't want to limit drinkers to 2 beers a week, White House says. White House made clear to Beer Drinkers Friday that President does not support new U.S. guidelines, to limit their weekly consumption. Conservative media outlets ran with this, where the claim is absolutely false. White House Secretary said in a statement on Twitter, formerly known as Shitter, singling out a story from the Daily Mail, U.S. guidelines could be slapped. The Daily Mail caused uproar among Republicans, quoting Koob as saying, he was observing Canada's new health recommendations that individuals consume more than 2 drinks to avoid. If there's health benefits, I think maybe we could start to reevaluate where we're at in the U.S. If alcohol consumption guidelines go in a direction, it would be toward Canada. That, again, doesn't mean matching Canada's. It means, lowering the amount of recommendation, as opposed to raising it. That's what he said. Let's see. Where's this coming from? She said Koob never said he planned to recommend the same guidelines as Canada. And guidelines, the CD recommendations are not requirements or enforceable. Again, this is where the whole fucking strict bullshit comes from. And these are the same people I would like to remind you are the ones who say fake news and fake news all the time and fake news until they're quoting something that they want to use as a cudgel. And then, of course, it's to be taken at face value.
On things. So thank you for not commenting on things.
You had 2 weeks to brush up on your first press conference since the old man went out of town, and you couldn't be bothered to put that in your big book of everything. But that goes back to an earlier clip we just played about the decisions of this administration are based on equity. KJP's not in that role because she's good at it.
Oh, fuck you, dude. She answered that one just fine. It's a stupid fucking question. You think Peter Ducey's in that job because he's good at it? His dad has been the host of Fox and Friends. You think he earned that fucking job? He has to be a complete douchebag or they won't even send him on assignment.
Mm-hmm. She's in it because she checks boxes.
Mm-hmm. Several.
That's the kind of press conference.
Yes. Educated, smart, capable. Yeah, those boxes.
As you get.
Woman?
But what box did you check to get this fucking job? Honest to God. Because it looks like you chose a life as a gamer without gaming, which sounds incredibly disappointing as a life path.
Lesbian? Black? I mean, what else could you? I mean, trans, I guess. You could throw that in.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's a dumb question about a non-issue, and these motherfuckers, this is just gross.
So
what box do you check, dumbass? You wandering, low pace, poor, low information voter. You'll work for the shit the Blaze pays. You'll do what Glenn Beck tells you to. What boxes do you check?
That's pretty good to check 3 boxes like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's why she's in it.
That like if KJP were a sporting event, right? That would.
Good Lord, they worked this out beforehand. Now they're getting into Greg Gutfeld territory.
Be one hell of a parlay. You put money on that, you get a 3-fer.
Yeah.
Ching, ching, ching.
Get like $10,000 or something.
Well, I mean.
Well, it depends on what you bet on it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I got to check my baseball parlay last night.
God damn it. This is it. Congrats, Blaze. Some top of the line programming you got here. This is.
KJP also had another recommendation for Americans yesterday.
Oh, good. I like them.
The president said in Tahoe that he had tentatively decided to recommend everyone get the new vaccine. When is he going to decide?
New vaccine.
So I think you've heard from the FDA and CDC. They've made an announcement on the new vaccine. So certainly they said that they will there'll be an updated vaccine mid-September, I believe. So we know that, as you all know, vaccinations against COVID-19 remains the safest protection for avoiding hospitalization, long-term health outcomes, and death, which is why we are going to be encouraging Americans to stay up to date on their vaccines.
Yeah, no.
These people never quit.
Yeah, Pat doesn't want to interrupt his long chain of healthy days and lose that spring in his step. Also, I don't give a rat fuck if you guys are just anti-vax. That just lets me know that this isn't about what she says or how she says it. And also, having a White House spokesperson that's got their shit together, if they've got a statement about a particular issue and they go straight to it and here's our official line, as opposed to somebody fucking winging it on behalf of the president or on behalf of it. Like, the spokesperson is not there to define or write policy. So the idea that they would just kind of go out there and describe it, it's amazing that it went on that way for as long as it did. Because they're not part of the decision-making process. They're there to express it to other people. So the idea that they just sit around and go, okay, what's the official word? Because it's official and we're given the word. And they write it down and she specifically references it. And if she doesn't have anything on it, says, I'll get something to you on that. It's her fucking job. I don't want her winging it. I don't want anybody winging it. I love it when in between the written statements and the official line that they've worked out and the sort of, catchphrases that they might want to work into the conversation, if they fucking dunk on some of these idiots, but that's not what they're there for.
They don't quit. And,
they don't.
Despite all the evidence to the contrary, they're still holding to that line.
Yeah. And
what evidence to the contrary? Honest to God, being vaccinated, if you catch COVID, is the single best way to guarantee you don't end up hospitalized or dead and avoid long-term illness. That's it. The only part that didn't work out from how they thought it would work out, and this was during the Trump years, by the way, is that the vaccines would prevent you from spreading it to other people. Because it wouldn't grow enough in your system to get out. But the mRNA vaccines operate differently than kind of the standard old form. But then there were so many quick variants of this, it wouldn't work anyways. The Johnson & Johnson couldn't update fast enough. That's why the mRNA is more functional.
I think we now understand why the last couple of weeks we've heard about the uptick, even though we've shown you the charts. The uptick is coming. Oh my gosh, look out. Oh, by the way, we have a vaccine coming down the pike for about...
That's the same thing about the flu, fuckhead.
Mid-September. Oh, just a great coincidence there. Worked out perfect timing. Shut up.
I wonder if we also hold the patent on that. I wonder how much money we're making from that.
See, no one's going to go get the booster.
What? Sorry, the U.S. has the patent on that? What are you trying to... is the United States is profiting off? Is that what the case is? Or that Karine Jean-Pierre works for Moderna?
If there's not a problem, there's not a problem, but they got to make you think there's a problem.
I got news for you, asshat. Of the two of you, one of you will have the problem worse. Just barely, though, because I'm guessing comorbidities here will have his own issues. But Pat, at his advanced age and ill health, if he catches a bad dose of it, it won't go well. That's true of a lot of things.
If there's...
But the idea that this guy's like, you don't fucking need that shit. Tell me that after you get long COVID, dummy.
Not a problem.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. And besides, if it's gonna kill one of us, it's gonna kill you. My show. So that's fucking great. Good Lord.